And I have a feeling that I'm okay. If anything, see, I'm just gonna tighten those up just a hair without them stripping. Just that little bit had helped push that a little, okay? These are already tight. Oh, okay, there, okay? That's still coming out of an angle, believe it or not. That little bit of an angle moves the door that much? Yeah. So, we'll look at this one more time. That gap's fine, I'm gonna leave. Geez, I wish that was just a hair bigger down there. You know what? All right, I do want it just a hair bigger, darn it. I think over time the door would settle, but because I'm right here, let's just do this one more little bit. I'm gonna take those screws and tighten them just a smidge closer. The things I do. Okay. There. Okay. Let's just see here. Just gonna tighten it up a little bit. It's not gonna go, I don't want it flush with the wood, obviously. Then I defeat my purpose, right? Just that little bit, that's it. Now see, had I need more, I'd just unscrew it further at this point, but I wanted it to go just back, and you would think, that's all you had to do? I moved that door quite a bit, didn't I? From its initial location where it was rubbing down at the bottom. I had that in reverse. That's why you have to get a metal or a magnet on your tip for these. I've had an extension before where it wasn't magnetic. You put that in there and then you lift it up there and get ready, and ka-plunk, ka-plunk. I thought, phooey on that. Why on earth would they make any of these non-magnetic? It's beyond me. Okay, now I can just snug those up. Okay, and that's moved it. We'll see, I'll show you, don't worry. Don't worry about a thing, sweet baby. Okay. And you right down in here. Okay, see my gap? That's just barely a little bit bigger. We still got a nice gap there, look at that. You play this back to the beginning, you'll see that I was tight right there. That's lifted this door up, kaboom. I've got extra screws in that one to keep that, preventing it from sagging anymore for the next 5 or 6 years. I've got screws on that one to prevent it, to hold the top as well as the bottom, or that next hinge, from letting this door sag. Solid core door and everything. I've got a nicer gap here. I like to see a gap about like that, because here's the thing, if you add it any closer and you say, oh, that's perfect, over time, if your door does sag, this door will sag eventually. Mark my words, no matter what, it will sag eventually. But eventually might mean it only sags 1/16 of an inch. And it won't hit, will it? It'll still have enough room to open and close and not rub and not have a problem. Not have a problem with the security alarm, the weather stripping outside, the door, the spring-loaded hinges from closing all the way, the latch from hitting properly. And see, I raised that door, and that still fits. This still fits. Okay? But look, it's hitting right there now. You know why? Because it's probably hitting the top edge of that wood right there. See? It's hitting that now because I've raised it up a little bit. And see this? Here's a regular strike plate. Here's a regular strike plate with no tab. Remember I told you they had some without tabs? You don't put a strike plate where there's a deadbolt, people. These strike plates are for your latches, for your door, not for your deadbolt. The deadbolt usually has a long strike plate here. And there's different ones. Exterior ones are taller, and they might have a couple inside screws to where you put a big fat screw into it that goes into your 2x4. Then they have other strike plates that are just little, that are 3/4 of an inch long screws in it, and it's just screwed to your door jamb. You have something like that. If somebody comes in from outside and they kick on your door, all that happens is this 3/4 inch piece of pine wood right here splits. And they have to kick it a couple times because maybe your door trim, your casing might flex a little bit before it finally lets loose enough to allow them to get in your door. Okay? So if you do want a strike plate, that's what I would recommend, one of those bigger ones. They don't have that here, and they put this type of strike. Now if you take that out and put the regular one in, this is all mortise. From here over, there's no wood there now. So, food for thought. I'm not going to do anything with it, but you know, I am going to have to fix this deadbolt, and that was on a separate thing anyways, because the deadbolt wasn't going in all the way. It was hitting the back of this wood. It needs to go in further, because as you close it right to there, that's where it was before. You remember? If it's like that, I can open it every single time. 100 times, I can open it. You go far enough over, that allows this to go all the way through. And now, I can't move it. See? Now your deadbolt is a deadbolt. Your deadbolt right here is not working. It's a piece of you know what type of deadbolt that's not doing anything. I don't care how strong of a key it is, how strong of a cylinder it is. If this side latch does not engage, click. If it doesn't engage right there where it was before, that's not doing anything. Okay? So anyways, watch for my video. All I'm going to do on that one is I'm going to drill that hole in further to make this work and re-explain it. You know, for somebody who's that's all they're doing is that. Okay? But for this particular video, we're pretty much done. Other than if you were listening at the first, I said if I move this door and if I can get it up there, that means the bottom edge of that door has moved up, right? Because it moved over this way, it tilted up. If this was a box and you lifted the box, right? It's moving over here further, and that raised the bottom of the door up. I haven't even looked underneath this door now. Remember before I did this, there was a small little gap of air. Now it's a little bit bigger, isn't it? Look how big it is now. And I said it was going to taper, didn't I? Look how far it tapers to about there. Okay? How did he know that was going to do that? How did Joe know that? Well, Joe knows. Video Joe knows. That's why my channel is called Video Joe Knows. Okay, so if you want to see how I'm going to fix that, I guess you're going to have to watch and look for that on my channel. This video is long enough, and actually it is long enough. You're going to have to watch. I'm going to make a separate video on how to adjust a door bottom shoe and how to retighten up self-closing hinges, because you remember? Yeah, that's the part I'm dreading too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to close all the way. I'm going to reuse my little pins, and I've got to tighten these back up before I call this door good, and I have to adjust that door shoe. Okay, so my time has run out for this particular video. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more, yes, more videos.